trying to provide Aghanim Scepters to everyone, ending up with 300 net worth after 30 minutes. Stuff like that. It's pretty hilarious to see that, actually. But we also had like the attempts of Morphling and Lifestealer combination, which is completely nuts and totally confusing. But let's see. For now, it looks kind of old meta, at least when it comes to the bans.
Yeah, I think being cute is probably not how you actually win these games. Like, as nice as it is to have that child labor alchemist thing going on, like, it probably isn't going to be the most effective once the enemies realize what's going on, and it probably shouldn't take them that much time to realize it, since it's an alchemist who's probably just going to be in lane or in jungle for a lot of time. So what could he possibly be doing? It's really a mystery. But guys, this is actually going to start off pretty slowly, it seems. We got the Clockwork and the Beastmaster being banned out. These heroes were rather untouched, if I remember correctly, if not completely untouched. But, you know, they always will do the same thing in any patch. They are your initiators. That's like why we might even see a Batrider being banned out, because initiation is always going to be something strong to have on your side.
By the way, Mike, do you have your microphone open, or is it my microphone that's kind of messed up?
I don't know.
Because the chat is going like Caster's talking to himself. I'm like, okay, who of us is it? Confused with this patch. I actually have been playing Dota.
Well, I hear you on the stream.
Okay, Prairie. So mine is fine, and I guess yours is fine as well. At least Skype is fine. In-game Dota is activated too, so I have no idea what the chat is on. But let's forget about the chat. We have a Chen and the Dragon Knight on Vega squad.
Oh man, I personally think Dragon Knight's a pretty cool hero. Lots of people are like, oh my god, Dragon Knight, snore, so boring. But no, I like Dragon Knight, and when you combine him with the Chen, you can get some ridiculous early game pushing. Chen already will offer you that. That's pretty much no questions asked. But then once you get the level 6 Dragon Knight, and now that all of his dragon forms have that corrosive breath, now that his breathe fire also has that extra bit of utility, he's actually going to be more and more of a menace towards the pushing and in the lane in general.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Knight's changes were overall always a buff, and that was kind of needed, because if you think of 8-3, how many Dragon Knights did we see? I guess
2.
Maybe just a handful, 5, 6, 7, and where people tried it to get him mid. But now it's actually quite nice. Damage reduction on Breathe Fire, the corrosive breath that always left the people with just 1 HP and they were running away and happy ever after. Now they're actually dying off the damage over time. And the Elder Dragon form gets some more splash, so it's really now it's again a formidable mid hero.
Hey, he was a formidable mid hero before, just not up against Sniper and Troll. That's just too much for a DK to go up against. Like even up against a Queen of Pain, which looks like it could be the lane assignment. Vega Squadron send DK mid, BU send Queen of Pain mid. That's a very old lane matchup, and that is traditionally a matchup that DK doesn't do fantastically in. However, he does usually survive it. He gets occasionally some CS here and there. Really has to rely on his bottle and his breathe fire to actually get that going. But BU, they grab the Undying very early.
Yep, the Undying. I mean, that's a hero that I'm not really sure what I have to think about the patch changes on Undying. It's I don't know. It's just some tweaking around the tombstone on the zombies, but like I still consider him pretty much on the same value as he was in 6.83. From that point, I mean, Queen of Pain hasn't been changed. Undying just a tiny bit tweaked. So far, Burden United with a completely standard draft there when it comes to just looking at the patch. But now, second ban rotation is coming out. We have Skyrath Mage as well as the Brood Mother being banned. Okay, that's quite interesting. Getting the push out, getting the early spammer away, the magic spammer off your lane, and Phoenix. Like, Phoenix is quite often utilized now in both patches.
Yeah, he's been seeing quite a bit. He's a hero that you can shut down in lane, or at least slow him down a lot, but usually then Phoenix, you know, they stumble out of lane, level 2, level 3, they find experience enough to get to level 5, and then that's really when they can actually start doing things for their team. And of course, level 6 through 9, it gets much better from there on out as well. But for BU, this Undying pickup, it does indicate that they're going to be playing very aggressively, and it's the type of hero that you do want if the enemy team is going to be going for this pushing strategy. Like Chen and DK, they are going to be very stagnant. They're just going to put their creeps on the tower, put the dragon breath, or the corrosive breath on the tower, and then just sit there and let it do its work. If you drop the tombstone, that push is done. They cannot continue that push unless they actually focus down the tombstone, in which case Queen of Pain, the rest of BU, they're going to jump in and actually try to defend this. So as far as an aggressive hero in lane, Undying is still Undying, but it's really in the tower defense where I think this Undying is really going to have its value.
Yeah, and we get the gyrocopter on top of it. It's also a hero that can like counter push and push quite hard. And now, of course, also I mean, gyrocopter. What never changed is that Rocket Barrage was one of the best spells early on because it was so much damage out of a level 1 spell, for example. Simply like actually quite compared to what, for example, Clockwork was always offering with the Battery Assault. But now that with the cast point change on Gyrocopter, he's actually making it back into the meta, and I actually love it. But then again, it's also one of these fights, the longer the game goes, if a Gyrocopter gets online, especially Satanic and all the AoE coming out, it's just crazy. You either kill him in seconds or he kills you. There's no other option.
Yeah, it is a very glass cannon-y way to build up Gyrocopter until you get to that Satanic mark, in which case you can get your Sanjinyasha, your drums, and you can be okay with that, but we are seeing a little bit more of a support Gyrocopter just because, I mean, you see the possibility of support Gyrocopter because of that Rocket Barrage change. It's a really heavy nuke, as you said, Battery Assault and Edict to a lesser extent from Leshrac. Those are all similar skills as far as how broken they can be if you only find one target with them. And BU, I mean, they're pretty resilient. Undying is probably going to be able to tank that one through. Queen of Pain could just straight blink away, but still, the amount of damage you can get out from just a level 3 Gyrocopter is absolutely insane. It's not exactly the same idea as far as their pushing is concerned. Gyrocopter doesn't fit in fantastically there, but hey, it's a Gyrocopter. You can put out a ton of damage, and if you're going to go in looking for team fights, then Call Down and Rocket Barrage is exactly what you want.
Yep, and Rubik on the other side, like, I always like to see Rubik as a 4th or, like, 5th ban, because then it's always nice, because you see already the spectrum of spells you can steal. So far, it's actually not too bad, and Vega Squad is putting a lion even on the table. So Rubik, there's the Finger, there's a Call Down, there's the Dragon Form. Dragon Form, always nice to have on Rubik. Chen, not so much, obviously, but I don't know, Rubik is definitely going to be happy here in this matchup.
Yep. Yeah, stealing something like even the Dragon Form, you aren't really tanky enough to make use of it, but if you somehow steal it and then go for your own push, that could be some insane value from the Rubik. And then, of course, everything else that he could steal, or most of the other skills that he could steal, are going to be pretty heavy hitting. For BU, though, I mean, the Rubik is just a Rubik. He's going to be that pretty middle-of-the-road support hero most of the time. The Razor pick is something that is probably a little bit less expected. I fear for BU that they might be going a little bit too much into the we're just going to try to defend up against this push type of strategy. And I mean, the Razor late game, it's pretty powerful and everything, and especially when you're going up against a Gyrocopter, but it is a hero that can be handled by Vega.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think Burden United, they're like, we don't like 6.84. We go for the heroes that have not been changed at all, or just got little tweaks. Because, I mean, Rubik is just a tiny change where you affect some more creeps. Queen of Pain untouched, Razor untouched, Undying just around the tombstone and the zombies. That's it. So we have a, I don't know, please give 6.83 back draft at the moment.
Well, I mean, Undying Tombstone zombies are good versus Gyrocopter now. Can't, I don't think you could just, flat cannon them all dead, and that used to be really heartbreaking for Undyings, first of all. But also, like, just kind of bullshit if you think about it. Let's see. We got an Assassin banned out, Centaur War Runner as well. Yeah, just BU, they're definitely really scared about this aggressive power that's coming out from Vega Squadron. And Vega, they want to kind of hamstring BU's defensive power as well. The Stampede from Centaur would have helped them disengage from anything that Vega Squadron would have had to initiate.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. If you look at that list of bans from Burden United, like everything that can initiate, CC, spam, or push pretty early is banned out. This is what they fear the most. So there's even not much left in that category. But then again, I'm not really sure Vega Squadron really wants that. As for initiation, well, we're gonna see what the Dragonite is going for. Invisibility is one option. I don't know, I haven't seen a Dragonite Blink Dagger for a long time. But yeah, Batrider is now the logical consequence. If they actually want some initiator, then Batrider is the one to go. But wait, remind me, Batrider was actually receiving nerfs, even though I felt he was fine.
Wasn't it they changed Flame Break, wasn't that it?
Yeah, the Flame Break is now damage over time, and the Firefly damage is reduced, so...
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, Batrider, he's really not about the damage, so I think it's just you're picking him for his ultimate, right? And that's fine. And if you're gonna pick him for his ultimate right now, Vega Squadron, they're looking for their offlane hero. They got Chen in the jungle, Lion support, Gyrocopter as that core farmer, DK mid. Batrider is an offlane hero that can initiate, and because the Clockwork was already banned out, the pool of heroes that actually can do that pretty slim. So For Vega, this is a pretty reasonable pick. Even though, like, nerfs or whatnot, that's, I think, irrelevant. What you're picking him for is the ability to initiate, and that's more or less unchanged.
Yeah. It's still quite a damage nerf. Like, if Batrider is in solo action, then Firefly doing less damage. The damage over time now on Flame Break makes it possible for him to actually, do something against it. I mean, the enemy, there's stick charges, healing over time, etc. And of course, also the damage has been nerfed. It's like on level 4, it's 100 less damage, plus the Firefly. So
Napalm synergy.
Yeah. I guess that's.
I think usually it's going to be slightly less, but sometimes it could be a lot more, right?
It's the first time I actually see a Batrider, so I want to see how he performs now. But I guess we can just introduce the guys. The only problem is they have not chosen proper names, so I have no idea who's who.
I think I have a good idea of what BU are doing right now. So they have Bratata, who should be Paris, if I remember correctly, on the Queen of Pain. Come With Me is going to be playing as the Rubik. He's just Come With Me. Yarak Man should be My Nuts, although I'm not 100%. Sonic Boner, I'm pretty sure, is Sing Sing. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's probably a good guess. And then Guzel Uke, which I'm pretty sure is also not how you pronounce that, should be Necroman. Although it could be a stand-in as well, guys. No official names make this really difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is just craziness. On the other side, well, Sima the Slayer here on the Lion, that's the real name. Solo on the Chan. Then in the mid we have no one. Oh, Jesus. Let me open this roster here. This is so confusing finding out.
That's no one. We got Mag on the Batrider also and Pashibash on the Gyro. They're more or less correct on Vega.
Yeah, so wait, Batrider is?
That's Mag. Yeah.
Yeah. Who is Batrider, and the rest, well, Pashu has his original name, so everything is fine. Thanks Vega Squad for not making it that hard. Burden United, well, screw you for confusing all the casters.
Well, I mean, it's at least like Sonic Boner is pretty clear. Well, Sing Sing is going to be handling the mid lane versus the DK, versus the Queen of Pain, versus the Razor. Both of these lanes are very, very bad for the DK, and that's something that Vega are probably just going to get themselves into whenever you pick up a DK this early. You're saying, okay, we're okay with having really, really hard time in the mid lane. We're just going to try to weather through that. But Razor shuts down DK pretty darn hard, like probably even more so than the Queen of Pain.
Yep, and it was kind of interesting that the Undying was already looking behind the tier 1 tower. I don't know if that was a bottle snipe attempt, something like that, but well, the Chen and the Lion, just the right clicks, just pushed him back. Now he finds himself again here with the Queen of Pain. And the bottles, they should come out. One is already out by the Razor, and the DK, well, he's still a bit away with that one.
Right, so it is going to be a defensive tri-lane here for Vega. With the Chen, that shouldn't be really surprising for anyone. Their ability to kill off Queen of Pain does hinge upon level 2 on the Lion. They only have level 1. Spike is pretty bad as a skill, and unless they have the missile, which they do right now for the Gyrocopter, he's also gone for flat cannon, so they need level 3 on the Gyrocopter at the very least, as well as that level 2 on the line to actually get kills here. And even if they do get into a fight, if they don't outright burst down the Queen of Pain, the fact that Undying, he can eventually get his Tombstone, not quite there yet, but he can just drop that and force Vega into a really bad situation where they have to either die for the Queen of Pain, which is the target they want, or die to a Tombstone, and that's like no good options there.
Yeah, what I'm surprised is that the Batrider is doing fine so far, but now he's forced into Firefly, going into the trees. But look at the lifestealer following him through here, and there is the last right click. Or is there? Problem is he's making space and the lifestealer's just following through. Oh my goodness, there's no way he can get out of here, or is there?
I don't think you can. I think maybe you get yourself denied to a tower. Oh. No, now he's dead. Well, I mean, it was a good run. Right click, there it is. It's going to be the lifestealer to draw first blood. You had to say something, didn't you, man? You had to say that the Batrider was doing well, because this lane is not really that dangerous. Like, it's just Rubik and lifestealer, but if the Batrider is caught that far out of position, Come With Me, and I'm just going to call him Necroman because I don't know if that's him, but in the lifestealer, they'll be able to close in very easily and actually get that kill. So Batrider's ability to survive really hinged upon him going to the north, not to the south.
I'm still curious why he actually went to the south and not the north, but I don't know. Winter is coming, the north is not safe, you never know.
But the zombies are on the other team. Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Game of Thrones is not applicable here, but look at the mid. There's this permanent harass with 2 points in static link. This DK is such a hero that doesn't do a lot of damage, but with 70 damage stolen, there's nothing left. He's healing up creeps by now.
Heal for 10 every single hit. If only that was how it works. The Razor matchup is just going to have a free roll. No one's still doing okay just because he has enough mana with his bottle constantly being ferried back and forth to get the occasional breathe fire out. So he's not getting absolutely crushed as far as the CS is concerned. He's getting some gold for himself, but yeah, this is pretty much what you would expect. Razor perched up on the high ground, DK unable to get close, and unless Vega are going to rotate Solo and Seema in, that's probably not going to change. Up towards top lane is going to be an impale on the Queen of Pain. That's going to be a kill. Now, well, Undying's going to walk out. Wait, Brachata, is that Paris? Is that... I'm second guessing myself. Queen of Pain's going to die either way. Again, level 2 is the magic level where Lion actually becomes a useful hero, and Queen of Pain's a pretty easy kill, but yeah, Queen of Pain is going to die, and Undying, still with no tombstone, can't really do that much to help out.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. He was twice in cast animation for his blink, but first there came the hacks and the stun, and it was just too bad for him. Either way, the rune battle is going on, but at the moment the Razor doesn't even care because he's winning his lane by a lot. It's 25-11 versus 11-1. So that DK, it's just not working out.
Yeah, okay, and down towards bottom lane, of course, Mag has already suffered his death. He's getting a lot of experience, however. Again, this lane isn't really the most dangerous, so Batrider isn't going to constantly be poked out by, like, bolts and stuff like that. So if he gets close, yeah, he'll probably take a lot of damage. He might even die, but he's getting on his way to level 6, and it is maybe going to be an influential factor at level 6. Really, the fact that he's getting more levels means more points in Firefly, means that he can eventually go to the jungle and clear that out for a little bit of gold towards Blink Dagger a lot easier. I don't know if it's going to be a lasso first for level 6 or just he's looking for Napalm at level 6 even. That would be not terrible for Mag, but yeah, definitely going to the jungle for the Batrider is something that he should be looking to do soon.
Yeah, I mean, he's good on track. 5 minutes in, getting his level 6 soon, considering he died once by diving the tower there, more or less, or around the tower. And he's now stealing even something that's usually available maybe for the Razor if they stack up for him, which they didn't do so far. But yeah, so he's taken at least potential creeps away.
And with the dual lane setup that BU have, it is probably just going to be a rarity that you see any stacks there at all. Like if it was a defensive tri-lane, then yeah, there would be tons of stacks there, and BU would have a watchful eye over it. But no, Batrider's going to get away with clearing that. He's in an awkward position right now. Luckily for him, Undying would be the one to find him, and Undying can't cancel a TP. We also see Solo ready for potentially a dive in the mid lane. Sing Sing is a pretty tough target. He has strength treads available to him, and well, Chen doesn't actually do that much damage, especially when he's only level 3. So even though this Centaur is coming in, I don't know if this is actually going to be enough for a kill. No one's going to pop the Dragon Form. Dragon Tail is there, plus Mag coming in as well. The Centaur Stomp and the right clicks is going to be enough to kill off the Razor. Couldn't get anything off with that static link being on cooldown, so mid-gank successful for Vega.
That was so needed, because this is like some freedom strike for the DK. Finally, he can do something. If he wouldn't miss those CS right now under the tower, he actually would get some CS in the time where Sing Sing is dead. But also the Batrider got level 6 now, which means we have a potential lasso coming. Only problem is he's really, really far away from that Blink Dagger. That's not gonna happen in the next 2 to 3 minutes unless someone suicides permanently to him, but I doubt that.
Yeah, it's probably not the best play to make. Once he does get that Blink Dagger, however, it's going to really enable Vega to make some actual pushing plays. Like right now, they're just getting their levels up. They want the DK to have an item. It looks like he might be going for a set of drums, which is going to be pretty sweet for him and for the team. Chen will have a higher level of the domination. Oh, down towards bottom lane. Mag's going to get his wounds opened up. Instant TP afterwards. Undying's going to drop the tombstone, trying to soul rip the Batrider. It won't be quite enough. Batrider's still going to have to back off. Wastes the TP scroll in less than ideal fashion there, but yeah, once he actually grabs the Blink Dagger, being able to start off fights and then have push as like a secondary play is going to be huge for Vega. It opens up so many more options for them.
Yep, this is something that we actually didn't even talk about in the draft. There's not much CC, stun CC, for example, coming out by Burden United. Like, once the telekinesis is used and you are tanky enough, you can actually TP out. There's nothing left, pretty much.
Yeah, and you don't really need a ton of CC to deal with what Vega have. Like, they're not working with Morphlings and Queen of Pains and Storm Spirits or whatnot. But still, TP is going to be more or less keeping them safe. Now up towards top, it's going to be Paris once again. This time with the Rocket Barrage active, Queen of Pains going to get ground up in an instant call down. Not even in time to connect. It's a level 3 skill, that Rocket Barrage. Now they're going to go for a little bit more. Centaur's coming around from the corner, and it's going to be minus double stomped. And again, the Gyrocopter's damage can't even come through at its fullest because Chen just does enough damage to those 3 creeps to kill him off. And they also kill off the Razor over in the mid lane. Maybe they get a turnaround kill here. No one's taking quite a bit of damage, but with the high armor, this life Lifestealer is doing next to nothing. They'll turn things around and try to go for Come With Me now, and with 2 stacks of Napalm, he's not going anywhere anytime swiftly. He's gonna go down. No one's still taking damage from this Lifestealer, but Lifestealer really hates heroes with high armor, and DK is probably the highest armor you're gonna find anywhere. So overall for Vega, it's a 4 for nil and a tier 1 tower.
Yeah, that's pretty much the bottom line. And I mean, it's nice that Necroman rotated in here, but you already said it. Like, he hits like a wet fish because it's, I don't know, a Midas and Orb of Venom. That's all he got. He hits with 76 base damage. That's it. And a DK has 12 armor by now. So the hell, there's just no way you can kill the DK just by right clicking.
And even down the line, Lifestealer, when he does get more Feast, it's still. Unless they changed it when they might have, because I didn't really read the patch notes for Lifestealer that closely. I'm pretty sure it's still physical damage, unless I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but that's what DK is going to love to take. Like, if he can get focused by the Lifestealer every single fight, that's a big win for Vega, because someone like a Gyrocopter then isn't going to be focused by the Lifestealer, who has just as much armor now that he's gone for Helm of the Dominator. But yeah, he's typically going to be a little bit softer, just without many items amplifying that.
Yeah, and looking at the items, I mean, it's a good thing that he has an early Midas, but then again, we saw that he's definitely not ready to fight. But the problem is the aggression is already coming out. There's a telekinesis attempt on the DK. They actually managed to draw him back, but again, there's no follow-up CC, no nothing. He just runs out.
Unfortunately, that telekinesis came a little bit too late. If they were still static linked up with that DK, that definitely would have been a kill, but static link is typically a very finicky skill. If it snaps, and then you're just unhappy there. So they spend a lot to kill off the DK, and they really don't get anywhere. No one is going to run to Come With Me. Looks like he will just try to secure a rune for himself, and he will be successful in doing so. For Vega, they are getting, first of all, very, very close to the Blink Dagger on Mag. He'll have that one in just a little bit. And their Chen, he's working at level 6, so Hand of God now up, soon has that maxed out Holy Persuasion for another creep. And DK is pretty much where he wants to be to start pushing. Vegas so far haven't really been pushing that hard. It's only been a tier 1 tower that's mostly been a convenience more than anything else. But soon their pushing is actually going to get going. And for BU, I don't really know if they have enough to actually defend against this. This Razor is having a much tougher time than I really expected, having 2 deaths.
Yep, I mean, the Razor only managed his PTs, and looking now overall on the items, I mean, Pashu is doing quite well, I have to say. I mean, 5.2k, he's a K ahead over the Lifestealer, and we see already which way he's going for. He likes the speed, so face boots it is, the Helm of Dominator is already there, the stacking is going on as well. I mean, the range creep actually arrived already at the Ancient Spot Dire side, so we know exactly what he's going for. I wouldn't even recommend a BKB really fast here, I guess. But we have to see if he goes directly into it, maybe finishing that stick first. For all the others, we don't really know in what direction this goes. Like, is that a casual Praiser, or do we see drums? For solo, do we see a Aghanim's Rush, or do we see a mech build on him? Something like that. I don't know.
I want to say a mech is probably the correct build for Chens in general, and especially Chen in this game when you are able to actually push. If Chen was the only quote-unquote pushing hero, then going for a different item like Aghanim Scepter first, or one of those random supporty items like a Glimmer Cape or something, then yeah, that would probably be a little bit better. But since they have the DK, they could actually afford to get into really, really heavy early mid-game fights and come out ahead because they have so much healing from this Chen. So I'm liking the mech build on the Chen. For Noan, I think Drums is probably better than anything else right now because he already has the Bracer. Like, you might as well build it into something.
I mean, he went for Dragon Blood, so he's putting a lot of points in, of course, HPS plus armor, which means he doesn't need the items to do it right now. And plus 9 armor at the moment by talents, he only goes for that 1 in Dragon Tail, which means getting some stats, some damage on top of it, it wouldn't be probably the worst choice. But look at the Batrider, by the way, 2.2k, close to the secret shop or the side shop at the moment, so he's pretty much ready. And in the position he's in, if the Lifestealer doesn't see him, we might see a rotation here as soon as you get that Blink Dagger. Opening on the Lifestealer, if he doesn't rage out of it, I mean, you can't rage out of it, obviously, but if he gets him before rage, then easy burst down. This is just 900 HP to take down.
Unfortunately, he is just a little bit away from his Blink Dagger. I don't know if selling 1 Tango and a Clarity is going to be enough. I don't know exactly how much that's actually worth in the market of Dota, but I think it should be enough with waiting a couple seconds. If someone does TP in, like if it's the DK or hell, if it's the Lion, that's a very easy kill, as you said. Seaman Slayer is working with that Finger of Death right now. They might be looking at Paris again up towards top again. She's suffered 2 deaths as well. And if the Lion somehow gets close enough for a Hex or a Spike without the Queen of Pain actually blinking out, she's just dead. She may actually be in lethal range with just this Lion.
Yep. And I'm not really sure if that's really what's happening in Q1. I'm just looking at the other items, but it's really too bad. Like 10 minutes in with all this 4 from back, there's not much to go for. 2 null talisman, so I'm not really sure what we're gonna see on the Queen of Pain. Like a Ghanem Scepter in this game, it will go probably against 2 BKBs. Like the Gyrocopter is my first candidate, and maybe even the DK eventually. But for him, it will be like the second step. For the Gyrocopter, I know, I'd say it's the first one. What's actually the reason we are waiting for? It's like no one really knows.
Heart
ASD,
issues,
DSA, SUP,
Health
or
comes
W.
first.
Heart issues, 5 minutes. What?
He needs to take his pills, man. You can't have your players just dying in the middle of a game. Do you know how bad that
having
is
a heart
for
attack
marketing
is
and
bad.
stuff? It's terrible.
That's really bad. But I guess Bashu already corrected it. It's more of a brain issue. Oh,
Well, I mean,
and see?
it's not like brain issues or heart issues. One is better or worse than another. I'd say they're both equally bad. I'm no doctor, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's both pretty bad, I heard, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Dude, you should know better than I should. But I'm pretty sure everyone knows that if the doctor says there's something wrong with your heart or there's something wrong with your brain, there's not going to be a happy reaction there.
Yep. No, but I'm not a doctor. I quit med school for esport. So
Yeah, but you're
I don't
close
know.
enough.
I'm
Jesus.
uneducated as usual. Like as everyone in esport.
That sounds like an excuse.
And the
should-
cat. Oh, Blackbird. That's an interesting one. I've never heard this one before. I'm not casting in Dota TV.
Wasn't he? I thought he was in the
I mean-
slot.
Yeah, he is in the slot for Dota TV.
He's just muted
They tell him
because
your
he wants
microphone is
to?
off, and he's saying like, "I'm not casting to Dota TV." Screw people that bought a ticket.
There is no ticket.
That's how you do it in Soviet Russia.
There's no ticket, though, so it doesn't really...
Oh right, I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah, this Yardfest doesn't have a ticket.
It
last
was
3 or so
supposed
always
to,
had a
but
ticket.
then Twitch was like being... No, not Twitch. Valve was being all like, wah, you're not doing it correctly or something. So then it should have been in the last ticket update, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
And now we're mostly done, so it's kind of pointless.
Okay, so why did I actually activate my microphone in Dota TV? I was trying to be a good caster, not like, you know, all the others where people like even write Reddit threads every day, like, Dota TV, why should we buy your tickets when you don't even have your microphone on? Stuff like
Okay.
that.
No ticket here, guys, so we can
Yeah.
mute our mics, and I actually appreciate having the little speech bubble thing pop up, just so I know that my microphone is still working.
If I mute my mic, I don't have a co-caster. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
that one was
yeah,
so
sure. I
bad.
could just hang up right now. I can handle this by myself, dude. I don't need your help. I'm perfectly fine by myself. Okay, we're actually gonna get going, and we'll see if they actually make a play here on Necroman. He's working with the Midas, so he's like, okay, everything's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and, well, do whatever I want. But suddenly, Mag is gonna show up after having sold his Tango. Blink Dagger available. Blink in. Going to grab him. Rage is up, so no Firefly damage, but Seema's gonna close in. Has Hex and Spike, though the Lifestealer is now chilling, and now he's on the run. Are they actually going to catch up and kill off this creep? Well, he'll pop right out. Here comes the Queen of Pain. Sonic Wave through 2. Spike and Lifestealer are not going to do nearly enough. Seema Slayer now has to back off after losing his Bat Rider friend. Undying drops his Tombstone for one small zombie. That's not going to slow him enough. Seema Slayer sticking around, though. Fade Bolt to the dome. Not quite going to be lethal on the Lion, though. BU bring in the Cavalry and end up saving their lives there. That's a big save.
They not just bring the cavalry, they bring everybody and their mom. I mean, the entire Burden United lineup is suddenly in that bottom lane. They anticipated this already happening, but this of course makes the Razor maybe in the mid well, a bit vulnerable. But the DK of course doesn't have an opener, and no, he's kind of careful at the moment. By the way, it comes down what we said while the past. Like if he gets the rage off, then he will survive. If he doesn't get the rage off, he will die. And he was really fast on that rage button. But look what the Gyrocopter is doing. It's steal time.
It's only a double stack, so it's not really huge, but it's still gold for the gyrocopter, gold away from someone on BU, and it looks like it's going to be unpunished. Maybe the Undying closes in, but if the Undying walks into a Dragon Tail, he's just dead because of level 3 Rocket Barrage and Call Down. So yeah, they successfully jacked 2 stacks of creeps away from BU, and really BU, they are none the wiser. Still, they're stacking for themselves, Vega, or they're at least starting to stack up, and Solo actually has, oh my god, an entire army of centaurs. Man, if it was me, I'd just have an entire army of mud golems, which isn't going to be as bad, but they're going to smoke up and look for this DD rune. It looks like BU, they're going to get initiated upon. There's the jump in, lasso onto Sing Sing, stomp 1, stomp 2. If it's even necessary, it won't be. Solo gets stunned up by something, but they hex out the life, so they're making a dash to the DD rune. He's going to rage and TP out. I think that should be enough to get out. No, he actually didn't. He is now in a centaur. Does Solo realize it?
Send him back.
No, he sent back the wrong one. So he doesn't. No one tells Solo that there's currently a spy in their midst. Does he realize it?
Oh,
No?
this is so classic. This is so old school Dota. Please. If he sends the right one back, then he's stuck at the fountain. That's, oh my god.
I thought the Lifestealer was going to survive there. I thought he would have had just enough to tank everything and TP out, but nothing
Oh, the
canceled it.
surprise cake is opening soon.
Are you ready for a surprise, ladies and gentlemen? Because Solo certainly is. Off to the side, though, they're looking for a fight. Seema has his Hex and he has his stun, but it looks like they're going to back off. Leave the Centaurs? No, they're just going to yank them back. I'm actually really surprised they actually made that play. And oh, okay, there's the Lifestealer. Okay, they found out eventually, and that's going to give Chen his mech. I'm actually very surprised that Vega actually backed off from there.
I'm not really sure what actually happened there because the center suddenly changed the owner, but I'm looking like did the Rubik or anyone steal something? I don't know.
No, he yanked it back and then Lifestealer popped out and then he just got fountained, right?
I don't know. It was really strange, but in the end he just didn't get out of that creep. I don't know even why, because I thought he was kind of safe around that tier 1 tower with so many of Burden United there, but in the end, well, he died in the enemy fountain.
Not a great place to die. He is back up again. BU are going to once again find Chen's army, but this push, this tower trade that they're looking for isn't really going to go fantastically for them. They don't really have any pushing power on their heroes at all until they get an AC and an Aghanim Scepter on the Razor, and that's a long way off. Chen is holding the mid lane just by himself, has Seema coming in as well, Hand of God, then focus on the Tombstone. There's no damage going into these Chen creeps, and actually Sing Sing gets a little bit too close. -1's going to save him for a little bit of time, but 2, 3 stomps, and with the spike through, Test of Faith, he's going to die just to 2 support. Sonic Wave through is going to kill off Seema the Slayer, but now here comes Mag. He's going to grab the Lifestealer. They don't have any more stomps from the Centaurs, but they will kill off the Lifestealer regardless, and with the call down, kill off the Rubik. No one coming in hot with the Haste Rune, now chasing after Minuts. He's going to grab a bounty. That's not going to save him because you can't escape from this DK, and you can't escape from a blinking Bat Rider. This Undying is going to die to someone. It's going to be the DK to grab the last hit, and for Vega, they just took a 1-for-4 trade. They still hold control of their tower, and now they're in prime position to take another objective, be it Roshan or a tier 2.
Vegas just looks really good. The focus by Burden United is just too spread. Yes, they can take a lion out. I mean, but this is not really a crazy achievement with a level 8 Queen of Pain. Like, this is 4 points in Scream plus the ultimate on him. This is a lot committed actually to a lion. And whoa. This will end up in a Roshan. I don't think they can actually get here in time to challenge anything, even though they have a low respawn timer. But Jesus, this is becoming a snowball that is pretty hard to stop at the moment. I mean, there's still the high ground, and in my opinion, even a new patch, the high ground is strong, but oh my god, they're smoking in.
Call down is going to connect onto absolutely everyone. No, that's a 4-man call down, and with the Centaur creep just buffering the front, come with me, is going to make him escape from the left side, but he's doing nothing but retreating. Lifestealer is going to make a mad dash out. He won't make it out either. Queen of Pain somehow blinks away at just 70 HP, but you just walked into the middle of the Roshan pit area up against a gyrocopter, and Calldown's AoE is almost like perfect for this area. So yeah, BU, they walk in, lose 2 heroes, get absolutely nothing done. Yeah, that's a whole dead zone right there. And now they're going to face up against a DK with Shadowblade and a double life. They really probably wouldn't be able to kill him 1 time, let alone twice.
Yeah, I mean, for Vega, that was a nice picnic around the Rosh area, little vacation, going for the big fat Roshan, on hold for a second, getting 2 bonus kills without losing anything, and then you still get Roshan. So that's the easy thing to do, and that's of course exactly the wrong thing to do for Burden United. Like, this way, they're never gonna get back into it. Look at the net worth at the moment. It's splitting in 2 at the moment. Only the Lion, if the Lion gets some farm at the moment, we have a top red net worth chart, and everyone else of Burden United is in the bottom. I guess the Lifestealer is the only one who, yeah, does decently at the moment, but it's mostly because he has a Midas, not because he actually gets farm.
And even then, he's behind everyone by, quite the margin, especially this Gyrocopter. He's just cleared out his own stack. I didn't actually get a good look at how many that was. I think it was a triple, but yeah, he also steal the 2 from BU, so he's stolen quite a bit of cash, and no one's on the hunt to this Shadow Blade. He's going to find 2, jump on to come with me. That's going to be 100-0, almost completely. With the corrosive damage, they will kill off the Rubik. That's the 0.84 getting him a kill. Now chasing forward for the Lifestealer. He's a tougher nut to crack, and they will not be able to close in fast enough. But that Rubik didn't stand a freaking chance. Just like one hit with the Shadow Blade bonus damage and the Breathe Fire, and Rubik, just from that, is almost dead.
And now comes my question, by the way, Lifestealer. I mean, we have the Shadow Blade now on the DK. If you upgrade it to Silver Edge and the Lifestealer does Rage, does that remove the debuff or not?
I have no idea how Silver Edge works, dude. I'm pretty sure it disables Feast, but it's probably going to be one of those finicky Dota 2 mechanics that no one actually knows how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a relic, but I think it will keep Rage on, but we'll get rid of Feast. Lifestealer's going to get out of there, and well, let's see if Sing Sing and Minuts will be as lucky. Blink forward, grab him into the cooldown. No, they're not going to. They're going to bump him back with a Flame Break, and with the Firefly, Sing Sing's not going anywhere. Desperately trying to bottle to no avail. Minuts is going to dodge the entire Chen army, because I guess Chen didn't have the right creeps there for the kill anyway. But it's a kill on the Razor. They still hold on to their tier 1 tower. Not that healthy, about the same amount of HP as the mid, but they get a free kill. And now they have everyone assembled up on top lane, and there's a tier 2 tower to take, and it's a tier 2 tower that BU simply cannot defend.
By the way, I think I know it. Like, Rage and everything is not removed, as well as, of course, BKB. He gets the damage, he gets the debuff, but everything else just remains the same, but it should not be removed. Yeah, at least that's my strongest guess on this one, but we will find out, or maybe we'll never find out, because they're actually pushing high ground right now, which means Bird United, they have to really defend this. But we are looking at the 3-16 standing, and look at the XP crafts, and of course net worth.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. 15k, 12k plus. The entire skeleton army from solo got wiped out, but they had the Wild Wings doing their thing, getting some vision, zoning everyone out, and, well, this tower is dropping. The tower down. Mag is still packing this ultimate right now, and it's going to be up to the Bat Rider to start a fight, if anyone is going to start the fight. He's going to jump in, grab the Undying, drag him back into everyone with the call down, zoning everyone else out. Come with me, he's going to get caught in it. Blink forward from Paris, going to do a lot of damage to the Sonic Wave, but he's going to get hexed up and brought down as well. Hex now onto Sing Sing, or Spike onto Sing Sing, he's going to get blumped back into the enemy. That's all 5 heroes still alive from Vega. They'll kill off the last of BU. A clean 5-0, and I'm pretty sure this game is just textbook Chen DK. Like, that's exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, and I think this GG was not too early or too late or anything, because only 2 people had buyback there. They would have lost probably a second set of racks with those respawn timers of like 40 seconds. Vega squad looking really good, and Burden United, I don't know, they just didn't find into this game, even though the mid looked really solid, and also the Lifestealer got decent farm, but they couldn't stop Mag from getting XP. I don't know, they just didn't find into this game, and like this fight around Roshan was pretty much the last neck breaker.
It is so upsetting to me that the final score is, with solo on Vega, 3-21. We were so close. We were so close, but guys, this is a best of 3, so is my title wrong in the stream? It shouldn't be wrong. Oh god, it's wrong. Oh god, it was wrong the entire time. Why didn't anyone tell me? But yeah, this is going to be a best of 3 series between Burden United and Vega. Vega very easily taking game 1, so we'll be right back, guys, for game 2 in just a little bit. I'm Mikelorus, I'm joined by Heflamoke, and we'll both be right back.